I'm Josh.
And I'm Jen. Welcome to the Gospel Shaped Family Podcast.
Each episode brings biblical wisdom and practical conversations on parenting, marriage, and family. And we discuss how to disciple the next generation with a biblical worldview.
Whether you're raising children, shepherding a church, or longing to build a legacy of faith in your home, this podcast is for you.
Join us as we explore how to shape hearts, homes, and churches around the gospel, one conversation at a time.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Gospel Shaped Family Podcast. Hey, Josh.
Hi, Jen.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Yeah, same. Well, today we're talking about money saving hacks for your home. And I'm sure all of you guys are feeling it. The cost of living has gone up over the last few years, and it's hard. It's hard when you're a young couple or when you have a lot of kids at home and you're looking at life and interest rates and the cost of groceries and home prices and car repair prices.
Gas, good
Gas
golly.
is ridiculous right now. So energy prices, insurance, all of it. So for the two of us, we have lived, our entire married life just with a frugal mindset. We've lived on one income, and we thought it would be great, just kind of in light of the economy right now, to share some creative money-saving ideas that really help take what you have and stretch it a long way for your family. So that's kind of what we're talking about today.
So I consider you, Jen, to be like the GOAT at money-saving hacks.
The greatest of all time.
Yes, for everybody that doesn't know what that means, that's the greatest of all time.
The GOAT. I love that.
The GOAT. And so just give some general thoughts about the topic of frugality and money saving, why this is helpful, especially for families to be thinking about.
Yeah, I think that as a woman in the home, I think that a lot of time women spend a lot of the money. So, not that they're
So
like,
I make the money, you spend the money?
he makes some money, I spend the money.
Is that
I have
how
a
it
friend who
works?
says that. It's hilarious. No, but I think that just sometimes the way family life is structured, women are the ones who end up like tapping their card all the time. And whether it's, you're buying things for the kids or groceries or personal care things for the home, or, there's so many facets, but I think that a lot of times that, is the role of women in the household. And so it's always been something that I've taken seriously, this idea of stewardship with, what do we have and how do we just take care of our family in a way that blesses the people in our home, but also is really glorifying to the Lord, and being in ministry, we recognize that, especially when in all seasons, we've been in full-time ministry, that our salaries largely come as a result of people's sacrificial giving. And so, we just want to be really good stewards of what's been placed in front of us. And so it has required creativity. I personally think it's fun to try to save money and to, figure out how to do things. And yes, there have been seasons where it's like, it feels heavy, like we've got a big bill and we're going to figure out how to take care of it.
Yeah, like when we bought our first house, we paid the down payment, and then we moved in. This was in Rochester, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then do you remember when the movers were?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we moved to Rochester, Minnesota, and we paid our down payment in cash. So we saved like forever in our envelope system cash for the down payment. Well, then after we closed and we moved in, our church was so generous. They had movers come and help move us. But we had no money to like tip the movers or even buy them lunch. Like, I remember
We've had those seasons in life where we're literally like
no money. And I remember we had like, I think it was like $41. And we were so like, oh my goodness, like we had to like survive off this till we got paid. And then someone from the church came over and they brought us over like a loaf of banana bread.
Yeah, that was like our food for like a couple days. We were like, yeah.
We got banana bread, and then we could eat that for breakfast from it was just the 2 of us,
Yeah.
so, but I remember feeling so bad that I couldn't, like, spring for lunch for the movers, but
Yeah.
yeah, so we were grateful for that banana bread, but
Yeah, so, and many individuals are in that same kind of situation
yeah,
where,
totally.
the dollar doesn't stretch as far in a season of frugality. So we just want to talk about the family economics of frugality and some things that we've
Mhm,
done and prioritized that might be helpful for others. And we think that starts with how you structure the role of husband and wife and what they're doing just from an income standpoint.
mhm,
So, we think that it's really helpful to have the husband work for the household. That's his job, and the wife works from in and through the household. And so this takes a little while on the front end to get established.
mhm,
It's a lot easier sometimes to feel like, oh, we're short of, we don't have as much money as we would like or
mhm.
need. So we'll send the wife out to get another job. You need two incomes. And I think that's, it's getting harder to make one work, but I don't want people to buy into the idea that you have to have two incomes
No.
to survive today. And part of that is the early decisions that are made
Mhm.
to structure your life expenses in a way that one
Yep,
salary can support
yep,
so that it doesn't put somebody in a family in a situation where you kind of get caught in this cycle that
mhm.
now you have these expenses that if you just can't survive off of one anymore.
Yeah,
And so we did that on the early side, that we wanted that anything for Jen or the wife that she does, should come centered in and flow
mhm,
from the home. And
mhm.
so it took us a while to get that to be a money generating entity, but once that got rolling, now it's become a nice. We'll share what that has looked like. It's become a nice
Mhm.
income generating component for us. The second thing I'd say is there's a lot of additional ways to make income,
Yep.
and so choose something. A lot of Jen and I, we've done a lot of side hustles that have been tons over the
So many.
years. You've done music lessons,
Yep.
and we literally paid for my grad
Masters.
study, yeah,
Yeah.
master's and PhD through
Yep.
your music lessons where we would have, I mean, there were seasons where we'd have 20, 25 kids coming through the house every week
Yep.
to take music lessons. And
In the
that was in the
evenings, yeah.
evenings. Yeah, that was a sacrifice for us. Obviously, you were doing that. But I remember, so when I was getting my PhD, the cost for us was $1,000 a month
Yep.
for 6 years straight.
It was so
It was a
crazy.
lot of money, and we paid cash for it. We didn't take
Yep.
out 1 cent of
Loans.
loans, but we did that on one income
Mhm.
while we had kids, and I was a pastor, and, you don't have a huge salary with that.
Mm-mm.
But Jen's music lessons helped pay for that. You've done an Etsy shop. You did that for a long
I've
time.
done a few Etsy shops over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
I
did
learned how to sew. I learned how to sew, and so at one point I did, like, baby bedding stuff, and I made
I forgot about that.
custom baby bedding for people. That was super fun. And then I'm also a musician, so I learned how to make I on my own, just kind of created some unique, accessories for musicians, like for bassoonists and for
You made neck
saxophonists,
straps
neck
with,
straps,
like, any fabric design, like,
any fabric,
customize your fabric.
everything was
Yeah,
custom.
and
Yeah.
and polishing cloths, and
Yeah,
yeah,
bassoon
those were
seat
fun.
straps
I'm
and yeah.
I remember there was a season. Oh, you also sold, I forgot about this one too. You sold jamberry nails spare
Jamberry nails! I
back
was
in
like
the day.
I did a good job with those
Yeah, you
jamberries.
you I remember you got enough that you purchased a Mac computer, paid for that with
Uh-huh.
Jamberry. We needed a new computer, you bought,
I bought a bunch of stuff with
yeah.
all the jamberry money. Yeah.
My writing, books don't generate a ton of money from the
Mhm.
actual book sales themselves. But they open other doors for
Yeah.
speaking and other things that
Yep.
they do bring in some. But Jen, you started band, and this is one of those that from the house we've decided that we wanted Jen's job to be
Mhm.
something that benefits our home and our kids. So you started a band for
Homeschool band, yeah.
so our kids could be in a band. And largely, you got no salary for the first 5
Yeah,
years.
5 years I made
You made
$0.
$0.
I was working for free.
basically, and that was okay.
Yeah, it was totally worth it.
But now that provides a small
A little
income
bit,
for
yeah.
you and for us, and that's good. And now we have a farm,
Mhm.
and we get some rental money that comes from that. But those are now supplemental to the degree that from a
Mhm.
couple of those revenue streams, they equal a full salary
Yeah.
that Jen would, if she, that probably would be at a similar point if you would have started to work outside of the house
Yeah.
and just grown.
100%.
It's taken us a little bit to get there, but so in all likelihood, those aren't going to be some of the things you do. But what are you good at?
Yeah.
What are you have some skills and gifts,
Yeah.
and a lot of those can be monetized. And so
Mhm.
we have friends that buy used things and resell them
Yeah.
for a greater price. I mean, there's just
You could just be
tons of
creative.
ways.
There's always extra ways to make money if you just put in the time.
Yep. We've also prioritized home ownership as an investment. And
Mhm.
so one of the things that we've done is we've purchased homes on acreage on the outside edge of the suburbs, and the
Mhm.
home typically has been in bad shape. In fact, one of them that we bought was in such bad shape that the nobody wanted to buy it,
They
and
got offers to tear it down.
our realtor was like, "This is not in living condition." But what
Yeah.
that means is you get these homes for really good prices
Yeah.
because nobody else wants them. And because if they're on acreage in a decent area, if the home gets fixed up, they increase in value a lot. So
Yeah.
everybody has to live somewhere. So we've just decided we're going to make the home we live in part of our investment. So we buy these rough properties, rough homes, and
Fix them up.
we renovate them while we live in them, and we pay cash. And I remember the first one of the first ones we did this with. I said to Jen, if we do this, you have to think about this as your job.
Uh-huh.
I'm not. I was getting a PhD at the time, so I just said I can help a little, but I can't help a lot.
Mhm.
It's going to be your thing. It took us 7 years. We renovated the entire thing,
I love that house.
outside
I can't believe
and in.
anybody ever would have torn it down. I love that house.
Outside and in, we resold it. It made us a lot of
Yeah,
money,
it was a
and
good profit
now
for
we're
us
replicating that again with another place
with
that
the
we live in
farm.
currently, and we bought a larger property, and it will, assuming that the world doesn't end, the
I've been working my
economy
butt off here
fallout.
at the farm. One year, I mean, I won't I painted the outside of the house. If you've ever painted the outside of your
Yeah,
house,
2-story. Well, our
two-story.
old one was 3 stories. This one's 2.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, these old houses. But yeah, so we've always prioritized
yeah.
our home.
So that for us has been a great means of making significant income. And
Mhm.
when we sold that home after living in it for 7 years, the amount that we made from that would have probably about been equivalent to 7 full years, maybe even more, 7 full years of full-time income for you
Yeah,
if you would have
totally.
worked outside
Yeah,
the house, and we would have just taken
yeah,
that money and applied it to a home.
yeah,
So we're at a place financially that a lot of couples are at if they've had 2 full-time incomes for their whole married career,
yeah.
but we've done it with other things while creating a lot of
We're home.
flexibility
I'm
for our
home.
family and
Yeah,
focusing on our home, and being frugal in the process.
yeah.
Um, you like to talk about, there are some things that are worth spending on and some that are worth saving.
Yes.
So
So that's always been something that we think about, like what's worth spending on and what's worth saving. So some people are like crazy frugal. Like you'll get ladies, I don't know, these ladies who say like, I refuse to buy paper towels. And I'm like, what? That's ridiculous. Like, have you ever cleaned up milk and like with a regular towel and then let it sit there and like, ew. So I buy paper towels. We use paper towels.
I I can see the comments, the haters already coming on,
I know so much judgment for
yeah.
buying paper towels. But I think that there are just some things that's like, even though you have a mindset of frugality, you just still need to like live and function. So there's always that balance.
So buy the disposable diapers and the paper towels?
Yeah,
Is that your
disposable diapers is another one. We use disposable diapers. Some people are like, I'm gonna buy one set of diapers. No
gas?
shame there. Like you can do that, and that's great. It's probably it's good for your kids' skin too if you have organic diapers. But
Yeah,
I was just like, I can't.
that's not you.
Yeah, no.
let's take a break to thank Renew Nation, the sponsor of this podcast. If you've benefited from the Gospel Shaped Family Podcast, consider making a tax-deductible donation to Renew Nation today. Your generous donations make this podcast and our work to help children develop a biblical worldview possible. If you've enjoyed the episode, you can support us by leaving a review. This helps the podcast grow and reach more families. Now back to the show. Well, good. I think we're going to shift to a different segment.
Oh, yes.
All
okay,
right,
we have a segment. It is Stump Dr. Josh. Stump Dr. Josh. This is going to be such a fun one. Okay, Dr. Josh, let's see if I can stump you. Okay, so we're talking about home renovations, okay? Can you see my phone? No. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to ask you which of these home renovations has the highest return on investment. Okay? So we've renovated one whole house top to bottom, and we've done, a lot of home renovations over the years. Okay? We've done, well, most of these. Okay, I'm going to give you the top 5. All right?
Okay.
You tell me which one has the highest return on investment. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. New windows, stone veneer, external, new front door, kitchen remodel, or a new garage door. Which one has the highest return on investment?
My heart is kitchen remodel. That's what I'm going to go with.
You're going to follow your heart?
I mean, that's what I would want.
That's what you think gives the highest return on investment. No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I did it on Stump Dr. Josh. Okay, the home repair, the home upgrade that has the highest return on investment is a new garage door.
What?
A new garage door.
Huh.
I think because it like when you drive up, you see the new garage door.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, that looks nice. Now the next one is a new front door, like an actual front door.
Oh, that's so funny. Those are the 2 things we've never done.
We replaced the front door on Marsh Lake Road.
Oh, yeah, we did. You're right.
But the new garage door, we had the ugliest garage doors at the old house, and I painted them. I painted those garage doors, and it made them look like $1 million.
Yeah.
Now, I need to paint our garage door here.
Oh, our garage door here needs to be replaced.
It's so dented.
It's all dented. Not from us.
No, it came that way.
Yeah.
But that explains we bought it.
I think we don't need to replace the garage door. I think we just need to tear down the garage.
And build a new garage. Hashtag goals.
Hashtag 6 figures.
Yeah, what's your return on investment for that? Nobody cares about like a bougie garage.
Every guy raised their hand.
Garage.
You get a nice garage with like a room above it.
That's what we had at the old house.
I know. This garage stinks
our
compared
house
to
is
our
terrible
old one.
compared to the old garage, but I painted those garage doors.
I know. I miss our old garage.
Anyways, okay, success. I'm going to clap for myself because I... Yes.
Oh, that's great. Okay, well, 11 money-saving hacks for every home. Now we're getting really specific. So what's the first thing,
Okay,
Jen?
so the first one is always ask for a discount. And you can ask for a discount on pretty much anything everywhere you go. You can ask for it on your utilities. So whether it be like your cell phone bill, most cell phone companies give a discount for major employers. If you're a teacher, you can get a lot of cell phone companies, you can get a teacher discount, cha-ching, I'm here, I'm a teacher.
Even as a homeschool parent, you're like, I'm a teacher. They give you a discount.
Depending on how you do it.
That's currently on our cell phone. We get a discount for being a homeschool teacher.
Utilities, so haggle with your internet company, they'll give you a better deal. Car repairs, we recently had a really large car repair, and
our transmission went
out.
Bye.
It was so sad. But they gave us a discount, a pretty good discount by paying
I asked
cash.
for $1,000 off,
Yeah.
and they said if you pay cash, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So we did.
So always ask for a discount, and people won't be offended. And a lot of times you're kind of doing people a favor depending on the trade that they're in. Ask them for a discount, offer to pay in cash, and you'll get it. You'll
Yeah,
get it.
we do that all the time.
Mhm.
And if they say no, then you haven't lost anything, but
Yeah.
they mostly say yes.
Yeah.
Second hack is to shop secondhand,
Mhm.
and Jen finds deals, incredible deals, all the time on Marketplace and Craigslist.
Mhm.
So, in our previous house, we were renovating our kitchen, and Jen actually
We
found
knew we were gonna
we
renovate
knew we
it.
were renovating. So
So we had, like, an on-ramp.
she's been keeping her eye on stuff online to try to find stuff, and she found granite countertops, very nice granite
They were
countertops, that
gorgeous.
someone had just bought a new house or a house and
Mhm.
decided they just didn't like the kitchen,
It wasn't their taste.
and it was a great kitchen, but they just wanted something different.
It was my taste.
They obviously had a lot of money. It was our taste, and
Mhm.
so they gave away granite countertops for free
And the sink.
and a farm sink. And we priced it. It would have been 4 or 5 grand to buy that
Mhm.
countertop, and then the sink, of course, was I don't know $500,000 or I don't know. But she got that for free just by watching, and then you found a wolf
A
oven.
big Wolf 6-burner range,
Yeah,
right?
basically brand new, and then you got that for I don't remember at least half off or better. We had to, those things go fast, so you had to boom get
Mhm.
it, and you had to go get it fast. Um, and then you found Pottery Barn. Was it Pottery Barn or
Restoration
Restoration
hardware.
Hardware? Somebody was changing out the hardware in their kitchen, and so they just didn't want it. And you bought it was like thousands of dollars worth of
It was their
hardware.
whole house.
They
They were redoing their
removed the
whole
whole
house.
thing, and it was literally like a massive box
I
of
thought I
these
was going to just
knobs
pick
and
up, like, 6 knobs, and she was like, "Oh, actually, we're changing out everything in our house," and it was, like, these huge it was all, like, branded. Some of it had tags. I mean,
it was a lot. We
it was
still have a
crazy. We
bunch
still
of it
have
that we haven't
so much
just gave.
restoration hardware.
But we added it up. All of that in
Mhm.
our kitchen remodel saved us over $10,000. If we just wouldn't have you wouldn't have done that, we would have looked and purchased. And then, that we still had to spend that money to get that, but that turned into profit when we sold that home because
Yeah.
you reap the benefit of that as you turn around. We get a lot of secondhand stuff from furniture, from tools
Mhm.
to vehicles to household items.
Yeah.
We just live in an affluent country. And so
Mhm.
there's always people getting rid of things
Yeah.
that, if you know where to look, you can find them.
And you meet fun people when you do that. Like, I didn't need, but I wanted an Instant Pot so I could make yogurt. And so I found one from this lady on Facebook Marketplace, and I went over to her house, and I just loved meeting her. Her name was Mary. I loved her. And we chatted about her Instant Pot and her family. I just love meeting the people too
Well, you
sometimes.
met Crystal, one of your closest
I met one
friends.
of my closest friends because
By
I was buying a
How did that work?
dress.
Yeah.
So there was like this Kate Spade dress that was for sale on Marketplace. And so I messaged the girl and I was like, "Hey, I would love this dress." And she said, "Come on over, you can pick it up." So I then went over to her place. And while I was like walking up to the door, this lady was walking up carrying like a tray of coffee drinks. Like they were obviously having a play date. And so I just started talking to those ladies, and they're like, that was my friend Crystal, who I love, like, love, 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 and Alyssa, who's like my girl. And so
She takes
I
our
met
family
them
photos now.
off
See right
the
behind us?
yeah,
She
yeah,
took these
Alyssa,
photos.
who I bought the dress from, she took all those photos.
That's
Um, she's so dear. I love those
which you
ladies.
didn't know them. Like you
I didn't know them until
Yeah,
I was like clicking on Facebook Marketplace.
there you go.
Anyways,
Lifelong friends.
lifelong
But if you're
friends.
willing to be patient, do a little
You
bit
can
of looking
find
around,
anything.
there's tons of deals out there, and it's just saved us a lot of money.
Yeah, it's great.
The third one is haircuts. So if those that are watching on video, if you can see this
Do you
amazing
think that's amazing?
hairdo, Jen has cut my hair pretty much my whole life, and we have 3 sons.
Mhm.
And for
And the
Jay,
girls, I do the girls.
oh, you do the girls too. Okay, well, our oldest son now he's got a like a longer hairstyle that's harder to cut, so he gets it cut elsewhere. He's almost 20. But the rest of us, for our whole life, Jen's been cutting our hair. And for guys, we need a haircut, roughly once a month or
Mhm.
so. I added it up. If it's around $35 per guy per cut to get their haircut, That's almost $1,700 per year that Jen saves us
Yep.
from by getting our hair cut at home,
Mm.
and, um, that and she does a great job.
It's easy.
I prefer Jen getting it, Jen cutting it than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
great.
you cut your own hair. Just if you have boys, just cut it. Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy, and there's, like, tutorials online. If you buy, like, a wall clipper set, I've been doing this forever, but yeah, just, like, a really simple clipper set. It'll take you 15 minutes, and then you don't have to make appointments, and it's great.
It's wonderful.
Okay, so the next one is all about food. And really, food can be one of the largest line items in most families' budgets when it comes to just basic groceries and eating out. And there's a lot of discrepancy just around groceries. So, one thing that we've always done is compare the price of groceries. And I maybe I shared this on the podcast before, but I only shop in like 3 places. So I go to Costco, I go to Target, and for in Minnesota, Target is a grocery store. It's not like a, shop Joanna Gaines. They have a full grocery store. It's one of the major grocery store chains. I go to a health food store and then I order online through Thrive Market and I compare the costs on the things that we buy. And I'll do those things. So I usually only set foot in Costco, but I do pick up at the other places. So I don't like hop around the grocery store, but I will, regularly chart like how much am I paying for groceries, just to see what my, value is. And then, delivery services are super popular right now. And, um, so we can get delivery here. Target delivers here actually for free. So that's nice. But I did a deep dive into the cost of how much would it cost if I like Instacarted my Costco order. And really, I mean, by the time you pay the upcharge and the tip, you're looking at least a 30% increase. So really think about, you could easily save time by just doing a pickup and just get rid of those extra fees. So there's a lot of ways to cut waste for your or, dollars in your food budget. You can can and preserve, which is, save the food if you do have a garden. You can freeze things. You can can things. That really does make your grocery budget go far. You can buy in bulk, which we do. Before we had the farm, we would buy like half a cow, and your price per pound for beef is so low if you buy in bulk. So we've done that way. And then really the gold standard is meal planning. And this really eliminates waste. So figure out what evenings you're going to be home, and then grocery shop for those meals and not for some like ambiguous meal, so you're not throwing away money. I have friends who do this differently. Some people plan week to week. Some people plan a whole month. Really, whatever works best for you. I keep a master list of meals. It's like on a little thing. And these are like, it's like 20 meals that our family likes and that we can eat. And then I'll usually have like the the basics of that at home. And it really does shave costs of your grocery budget. So really look at what you're doing for food and, because everybody eats and the grocery budget just goes up and up as your kids get older. So take a hard look at the food budget and there's a lot of ways to stretch your dollar.
Mhm. The 5th is to save credit card points. So
Mhm.
we put, not all, but a high percentage of our expenses on the credit card.
Mhm.
We never carry a monthly balance,
Never.
so it's always paid off. But our credit card gives us 1% of the overall fees back as
I bet
points.
we could find some card that would give us like crazy
It might,
numbers, but
yeah, if
I
we
haven't
could.
gone down that rabbit hole.
So, every couple of years, we cash those points out and we use that money to pay for a vacation. And
Mhm.
we build our vacation around how much money we had. So, last year, we went to England
Mhm.
for our 25th anniversary, and we pretty much paid for that entire trip out of we airline miles and credit card points. We had very little actual
Yeah.
cash expense to us
Yeah.
because we just saved the points up for a few
Yeah,
years.
that
And
was
so
great.
we'll do that every once in a while,
Uh-huh.
either a family vacation or something, celebrating Jen and I anniversary, and otherwise our vacations tend to be pretty local
Mhm.
and very cost effective. But
Yep.
those are tends to be our like a little more fun vacations.
Yep. The next one is to pay cash for medical. So, depending on your health insurance situation, we are a part of like a Christian cost sharing. We use MediShare. Some people use Samaritan or Crowd Health is a big one too. Um, but you can pay cash up front for your medical bills, and then after the fact will submit them to our cost sharing. So the prices of paying cash for your medical versus going through your insurance are crazy. So even if you have traditional health insurance and you want to shop it, like let's say you have like a $10,000 deductible on your health insurance plan, if you're gonna have even an office visit, like sometimes they'll charge you like $300 for an office visit versus like it'll be like $80 if you just offer to pay cash. And so even you can do this at the dentist, you can do this at the chiropractor, any place that you go, offer to pay cash. And then also a lot of like hospitals, every hospital will give you a discount if you pay your balance in full. And so never pay full price for medical. Like always ask for a discount. I know I said that, but medical specifically, um, they will give you at least 10% off, sometimes 20. But negotiate, call the billing office and say, and when you make your appointments, say, I'm gonna be a cash payer.
Good idea.
Mhm.
Number 7 is find a coupon code. Back in the day, you used to have like you used to actually use the like paper
That's
cute.
still really big. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I remember that was like I felt like sometimes you'd like stack coupons and you'd
Yep.
like make money and
And
then
make
come
money.
home with it
Tons of
was
stuff.
you're pretty impressive with that. But
Yeah.
today you do more of like coupon codes.
Mhm.
Um, how does that work?
So, depending on what you wanna buy, pretty much every single place has a coupon code that you can apply to it. Sometimes they'll, like, say, "Oh, here's the code," easy on the website, but sometimes you have to look for them. So, I guarantee that every business has an Instagram influencer or a TikTok influencer who is, like, throwing out a code. And so always search Instagram or any social media for a code, especially if you're buying something that's like clothing, makeup, home decor type stuff. Another hack for this is that you can go actually on eBay. And on eBay, you can like type in if a store actually has like a brick and mortar coupon, people will sell those coupons on eBay. So,
Mhm.
I hadn't needed to do this for a long time, but I was looking at it actually yesterday just to kind of see like what's out there because those things ebb and flow. There are a lot of stores like you can just like type them in. Like eBay has a whole coupons section, so it's like you're gonna buy either it's like coupon code you buy or even like there was bundles where it was like $5 off any Tide, and you'd buy like 20 of those coupons for like $5. And so there are
Then you have Tide for the next 5
that's what
years.
I used to
That's what
do.
we used to do. We used to have, like, shelves of the stuff. It was great. It would save
Because
us.
it would
Yeah,
save us so much
yeah.
money, and so, combine that with a store deal, most stores will stack a store coupon with a manufacturer's coupon, and you make a ton of
You
money.
can make money on
Yeah,
stuff.
I used to
Yeah,
make money on stuff.
it would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number
Okay.
8.
The next one is to barter your services. Over the years of being a stay-at-home mom, and you've bartered too, Josh, barter your services. So every single person listening has unique skills and talents, things that you love, things that you're good at. So barter your services. I have bartered music lessons for my own hair. Obviously, I do the kids' hair, but I'll barter music lessons for my own hair. I've bartered music lessons for art lessons for my kids and for gym time. I have bartered milk from my cow for fresh flowers and for veggies. I have bartered everything under the sun. So swap what you have and you're good at with somebody else in your circle. and just save the money.
Good. It's a great idea. Number
Mhm.
9 is shop all year for birthdays and holidays. And a
Mhm.
lot of us, of course, tend to wait till not too long before those happen. And then you end up paying
Mhm.
most of the time kind of fuller price
Full
for it.
retail.
Yeah. But there are always, there's always seasons in the shopping years where things go like end of the season for clothes.
Mhm.
It's so funny there when we were early married, there were a lot of Christmases that instead of buying, clothes, a few weeks before Christmas, we would wait to go shopping,
After
like,
Christmas. Yeah.
New Year's Day or a couple days after Christmas. It was funny, you could get the exact same clothes, the stores would clear them out,
Yeah.
put them at half off or 75% off,
Yeah.
and you could get the same exact thing for a fraction of the price.
Uh-huh.
Same thing with, end of the winter season, in here in Minnesota, that'd be April, May. Everything will start going
Yeah.
on clearance because they're bringing in summer stuff, and those are great times to buy and just to be thinking as you're out and about with
Mhm.
our kids, with 5 kids. We actually have a place where we keep gifts for birthdays as we see them
Yeah.
throughout the year, so that we're not having to purchase them always. Some
Yeah.
we do that some obviously still, but
Shop
yeah,
ahead.
shop ahead.
The next one is learn to do it yourself and, be a pioneer, get some books and learn how to do some things and save you some money. Here are just a few things that we've done. I learned how to do gel nails. Like, you'd go and you'd get your nails done. I can actually do a really great gel or a powder dip. I taught my girls how to do that. Saves you a ton of money and your nails will look great. Basic painting, home repairs, make your own things. Like if you like expensive kombucha or if you like fermented foods, learn how to do that. Learn how to clean. There's a lady online. She has an account called the Go Clean Co. And she talks about like how to clean in your home. I even have a friend who take our pictures who learned how to groom her own dog. She has like a golden doodle and she's like so impressive. But learn to do it yourself. There's a lot that you can learn to do it yourself. And you don't need to pay a concierge or a niche service person to do that. You can do it yourself.
Good. Close us out. What's the last
Okay.
one?
The last one, it sounds so simple, but it really makes sense, is the principle of use less. Just use less. I heard a mom say this when our boys were really young. And it really stuck with me in that, like there's always things that you need to buy in your household. And so she had this principle that was like, just use less. And so use one less baby wipe if you don't need it, or use one less paper towel, or use a little bit less, you know, Dawn dish soap or whatever crunchy granola dish soap you want to use. And, just use a little less. And so it just makes things go further. And, we're always needing to buy stuff like that, but just to experiment with what does it look like just to use a little bit less and to stretch your dollar. And I remember being like, use less. But I mean, I think about it and I'll be like, oh, okay, I could use a little less and it still works the same.
Still works the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Good advice. Hopefully, this is helpful for you to make your dollar stretch a little further.
Yeah.
And I think that does it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
We're honored to partner with the Addisons, and today I want to point you toward their podcast. It's called Culture Proof, and they use a biblical approach to view current events, family, politics, and more. What makes it unique is their biblical perspective. They take the truth from the Bible and they apply it to issues that we're facing today. They don't just discuss problems, they provide practical things that we can do to make a difference and raise our children to follow Christ. Subscribe today so that you and your family can be culture proof. Thank you for listening to the Gospel Shaped Family Podcast. Please share this episode and give us a 5-star rating wherever you get your podcasts.